everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hey, We're Talking, a very special episode, actually. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. But we are here. It is me, Scotty D. We got both the guys are smoking pipes today. What you going to say who you are? No. I mean, I can always do it, but
I like when you say my name.
And we got Bob Peel.
Say my name.
Bob Peel with that awesome microphone, and in the background, you can't see it. It's just barely cut off, but he has Ron Swanson behind him.
No, his name's Nick Offerman.
Yeah, but everybody knows Ron.
I'm going to have to figure out a different setup.
We're gonna figure out how to get Nick Offerman into the picture because that's fantastic. And then we've got Derek Tant, and he's got a pipe in his mouth also. He's got his red headphones on that have superb audio. And he has his Rastafarian hair. He got a new hairdo.
Oh yeah. If you can't see, I'm out on the back porch and I'm leaning back against a fake palm tree.
Yeah.
And the palm looks like hair. So it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
You're so descriptive for the podcast.
I like that. He's using word picture. That's good.
Yeah. And I'm smoking a Chris Morgan Bones pipe with some 4-year-old Balkan Blue. Is delicious.
It's delicious. And it must be so hot out that no birds are chirping today. So that's good.
Yeah, but I see a bird. There's like a bird
crap.
over there, but it is, I don't know, it's about 90 degrees.
That's not hot
pretty
enough.
good.
Maybe they're just taking a nap. Hey, something new that you guys are going to hear about today is this show is actually brought to you by Gamefly.com. That's right, Gamefly.com. You can sign up for a premium, free 30-day trial membership. That's one game out at a time. That's specifically for our viewers. How excited are you? That's specifically for you. All you have to do is go to www.gameflyoffer.com/HWT. Now, I said www because it's the stupidest thing. No one cares about that. But I said it anyway. You just have to go to gameflyoffer.com/HWT. We'll tell you more about the trial and what you can do with that membership a little later in the show, but we wanted to welcome them to the show. First of all, thank you, Gamefly. We appreciate you sponsoring the show, and we just ask our listeners to, as a favor to us, head on over to gameflyoffer.com/HWT. Check it out. Sign up. It's free. 30 days, and you'll be gaming in no time. Hey, and for those of you who don't play games, what a perfect opportunity to learn to play games. If you got all that extra time after you get home from work, the wife and the kids are bugging you, you get over on that console, play a game. About 1 or 2 in the morning, you'll go, oh my gosh, I got to get up for work at 6. Gameflyoffer.com/HWT. Get over there. Ruin your life. No, I'm kidding. It's a good thing. You want to go because it's going to be fun. Bob, what do you look like you're about to go, yeah, I know, I do that.
I don't do it now as much, but I wasted so many hours of my life playing video games.
Who hasn't?
This was before GameFly and everything was around. But Mario Kart, or I don't even know what system it was for. Probably Super Nintendo. I played that for so long, up till 3 in the morning. Had to be up at work at 7 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
It was terrible.
I would only do that when, I'm sorry, Derek, let me just say this real quick. Derek's like, got that face like, you just cut me off. I only did that when I got usually when I got the new NHL game or the new NFL, like Madden. I would stay up and Cheryl would come in at like 5 in the morning to wherever I was playing, and she would go, you're still awake? And I was like, yeah, I'm almost done. And it gets to that point where when you're playing, you can't even really see properly at a certain time in the morning. Everything just starts to get kind of wobbly and warped. Anyway, Derek, what were you going to say? Do you play games all night?
No, but I need to rebuild my relationship with video gaming. My ex-wife kind of ruined it for me.
Thanks a lot, ex-wife.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The story goes is, I remember when we were together early, like 10, 15 years ago. I don't even know when.
When he leads up to these stories, aren't you just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what he is going to say?
I know,
because,
I'm just
Derek is like so laid back, but when he starts to talk about his ex, there's this thing that kind of trips in him, and you just go, "Oh no, this could be horrible. This could be like one of the worst stories ever." But go ahead. How did she ruin video gaming?
Well, she herself has been into video games, and I remember we had the GameCube and the PlayStation 2 a long time ago, and that was our jam. And I really enjoyed playing like the games that didn't require a long story, right? I just wanted to play like little sports games like Mario Soccer, Mario Kart,
right?
Mario Baseball. It's still simple stuff like
you don't want to commit. You don't want to commit hours to the game. You want to play a game and be done if you want to be done.
Casually,
right?
Yeah, casually.
Yeah. So she, using my money, would present me as a gift, like, hey, here's a video game for you to play. It'd be like, Legend of Zelda, whatever, or Final Fantasy, whatever. These games that require like a 40-hour commitment,
right?
And it takes 2 hours.
Bob's like, I played that game for 3 weeks straight one time. Never even went to the bathroom.
Had well over 150 hours invested in Zelda Ocarina of Time.
The fact that there's even something called Ocarina of Time is
thanks for disagreeing
nerdy.
with me. I'm just I think that's like the industry standard. Like if you're gonna do like a role-playing game, the minimum to get through it is 40 hours, whatever. And it would take 2 hours just to get through the opening cutscenes and the intro and the tutorial. And she would always interrupt me. And I would never... And you can't just pause those games and save it.
No.
You have to get to like a save point. And so she would always be like, Derek, come here. And I'd be like, I got to finish this.
Hey, you bought me a game. Can I finish it? Thanks.
Yeah, so it'd be like, you're spending too much time playing video games.
It's so funny that she would buy it for you and then give you crap about it.
Yeah, and then she would buy more, and then she's like, "You're not playing enough video games. You don't appreciate these games I bought for you." I'm like, no win. It's a lose-lose situation. So that kind of was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay away from the video games for a little while.
She sounds like a Looney Tune. I knew that would get him to just do the laugh.
But
Derek's like, boy, that's a nice way to say it.
But my boy, he plays the Xbox One, and I guess it's like an advanced system. So we might hop onto this GameFly situation.
Yeah.
Maybe, introduce ourselves. Maybe get into some games.
If you do, go to GameFly.com.
No, you did it wrong. He told me before the show, hey, make sure you write this down. GameFlyOffer.com/HWT.
Yeah, see, go there.
/ I should be saying / by the way.
What does the HWT stand for?
Hey, we're talking.
Oh, okay. Got it. That's
Come
great.
on,
hey,
Derek.
Speaking of Hey, we're talking.
Yeah.
We are celebrating something today, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Kind of a big deal.
It is. They said it would never last. But I talked right over when you said it. Go ahead.
I know. Okay, I'm done now.
No, say it.
At least I didn't cut out when you talked over me.
I know.
That's good news. We are celebrating our 100th episode, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. 100 shows. That's pretty crazy.
I was surprised we got up there, so quick. You post 3 days a week, you're gonna get there quick.
Sure.
But it's like that's pretty awesome.
So we've tossed this idea around, and I think we're probably going to do it. And what we're going to do is the previous 99 episodes would be season 1, and this is going to be season 2. Is that correct? Is that what we're going to do?
Shouldn't episode 101 be?
It should be.
Season 2.
Dang it.
No, our seasons are 99 episodes long because that works out into a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday format, all right?
Anyway, freaking dang it, Derek. Anyway, I was just going to say, when I was talking about the show, who would have known we would have made it 100 episodes? I remember when Bob and I were like, hey, should we do this show with this Derek guy? And I thought, I don't know, man. This guy, who would have thought?
Way too famous for us.
I know. Who would have thought that Derek would honor us with his YouTube fame and be on our show?
It was a tough decision.
But you did it. You stuck with it. You kind of sacrificed Although your numbers keep going up. It's not like this show has hurt your numbers.
It's ruining my credibility.
It is, for sure. For sure. I'm sure it does.
Here's the cool thing that I realized, though. It was like 1 year ago today, or it really was yesterday, that all three of us got into a Skype call for the first time together. When I was at your house, Scott.
Oh, my gosh, you're right.
And Derek was, we got him on Skype.
Yep.
And we recorded a little bit of stuff. So it was like within the last few days, it was 1 year ago. So that's where we all decided, hey, there was something there. There was some chemistry.
We had a couple of beers, and I thought to myself, yeah, it's kind of fun. We were laughing with Derek and stuff. It shows you that if you drink a couple of beers, you can make bad decisions sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why you guys still have me around, but...
There have been meetings, Bob. There have been meetings.
No, there have not. I would never do that. Anyway, yeah, so 100 shows. That's pretty good, man. Listen, this is, I've been wanting to do like a real podcast for a really long time. I've done things similar, but nothing like this. And so this is like a dream of mine. So I'm fulfilling a dream. And not to mention, now we have somebody sponsoring the show. I mean, things are starting to get somewhat professional.
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat. I mean, we're on the show, so it can't be really super professional, but it's fun. And
maybe you'll get somebody talented to actually, to replace
be on
me
the
or
show.
something.
And you know what the cool thing is? I've been relatively clean with my mouth.
Finally.
The words that I say for like the last 3, maybe even 4 weeks. So here's the good news. My parents are now listening to the show. Here's the thing. Their cable went out the other night, and so they were like, what are we going to watch? So they flipped on the Apple TV, and they went and found us, and they watched our show. I said, hey, did you laugh? Yeah. I'm doing my dad right now. Yeah. I said, you liked it? It was funny?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, well, what do you think? So he gave me a couple things. So he goes, that one guy. That's all he gave me at first. That one guy. And I go, which guy? He's always got a pipe. He's always smoking. I said, Bob. And he goes, yeah. I don't like him smoking that pipe. Maybe some of the stuff I might not be getting exactly right. My dad might be listening to this one and yelling at me saying I'm not doing it right.
Well, then anybody can pray for me if they want to stop smoking.
It's my dad is calling Derek right now to let him know that he's furious. No. I make my dad out to be like this really angry dude. Anybody who ever meets him loves him, okay? So I'm his son, so I've seen those moments, like when I tell you about when I got a tattoo and he was like, idiot, that kind of stuff. That's because he had to live with this rebellious, crazy person, idiot, for all through. Just imagine, dude. Think about what I was like in high school. I'm lucky he didn't punch me right in the face, ever.
Scott, can I address your dad right now?
Yeah.
Mr. Scott's dad, Donnelly.
Be respectful.
I am. Look,
okay.
I'm. This is. I smoke a pipe. Yes, too. I'm also a pipe smoker.
Yeah,
but we
his
don't
son
inhale.
does.
We don't inhale.
No.
This is high quality, natural. There's no chemicals added, and we don't inhale. This is about flavor, relaxation, contemplation, and helping us be comedic and better people.
Pipes don't make you comedic.
Great argument, Derek.
Here's one. Dad, C.S. Lewis smoked a pipe with J.R.R. Tolkien. So there you go. Mm-hmm. He's still not going to like that. No. But that's okay.
Why?
He does. Why? Listen, my dad is old school. My dad's old school, okay?
Pipes are old school.
Get your dad on Skype right now.
No. When we were young, we couldn't go to movies. It was a very strict household, okay? My dad's old school. He's much more relaxed now, but drinking and smoking is not good. And swearing is even worse. No, my dad has an iPhone.
Wasn't Jesus
an iPhone?
Very
and an iPad.
miracle?
It was grape juice. It was grape
Yeah,
juice. No, I'm
wasn't
kidding.
Jesus' first
No,
miracle turning water into wine? Sir?
no, they have wine at his church for communion. So he's had wine. He just doesn't drink it in a happy manner. Well, I mean, I guess. Well, are you happy at communion? I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're thankful.
No. I mean,
you're sad about what happened, but you're.
But wasn't Jesus' very first miracle turning water into wine at a party?
Yeah.
So is it really that bad?
I don't know. I don't listen.
Derek, your body's a temple, and you need to take care of it.
Listen, wait.
Isn't that a John Mayer song?
I'm gonna. My body is a wonderland. I'm going to just here. I'm going to help you out really quick here. All right. There is this argument. These arguments have been had around the dinner table for at least 20 years. Okay. There is nothing that I can say that is going to change the man's mind, which is okay. He can have his opinions.
Well, he's never sat down with me.
Oh my gosh. He's probably laughing so hard right now. Let me talk to him.
Derek would be like, what kind of scotch you want? Here's a pipe. Let's have a drink.
My dad will not drink. Trust me.
I'm just saying.
Never. Never. If my dad did drink, I would just be like, what in the world happened? It would be crazy.
Exorcise the demon.
I do want to sit down with your dad. I want to give him some scotch. Let him try it out.
He won't touch it.
Water it down a little bit.
I swear he will not touch it.
Just a little bit.
He wouldn't touch it. He would not touch it.
Just a skosh.
He will not.
Come on, David's dad.
That's his name is David. So why? So, you were saying my name too. Anyway,
yeah.
He
David
won't.
Donnelly.
He won't.
Oh yeah, you.
He
so
won't.
you're junior, right?
No, I have a different middle name. Isn't that crazy? I love that I'm giving all my important secret information out on the air.
So, what is your birth date and last four of your social, Scott?
Yes. Can I have your routing number and your account number?
Exactly. I need to get LifeLock immediately.
What's your mother's maiden name?
That's good.
I will tell you, you do not need to give any of that information away to get yourself a Hey We're Talking t-shirt.
Hey, you got to stand up a little bit so we can actually see it. Move your microphone
up
a little. There you go.
We got a logo.
Yep. Brittany Murray, thank you. Who is that fat gray-haired guy on the? Oh wait, that's me. Look at how these guys look all cool, and I look like the old man.
Look at Derek's hair; it's all on fleek and stuff. Whatever the kids say.
When has his hair ever looked like that?
Well, he gets bi-weekly haircuts, man.
Yeah, I had it yesterday.
This was right before the bi-weekly haircut.
Apparently. And then look at Bob. You're like Chuck Norris or something over here.
No, I don't look like Chuck Norris.
Young Chuck Norris. Man, watch out. You almost knocked that lamp right off.
This looks like Chuck Norris.
Yes, it does.
Ooh. Bob is holding up a picture of Chuck Norris.
Okay.
Why he has a picture of Chuck Norris, I'm not too sure. Is it autographed?
No, I printed it off the computer.
Do a fake autograph.
It's a framed picture of Chuck Norris.
Printed off the computer.
Why wouldn't you have a picture of Chuck Norris?
Oh my gosh. Hey, so Bob's shirt, let's go into detail here. So we set up a store, a Teespring store. So I believe it's just teespring.com// Hey We're Talking. Is that right?
Yep, you can go to that and it'll bring up one of the t-shirts, but then you can click and go through the store.
Yeah, so basically what happens with Teespring is we don't have any product on hand. But if you want a t-shirt or something like that, we'll come up with different designs and stuff like that. But we'll put them up. There's a certain amount of time that they give everybody to order them. And once they do that, they ship them out and you'll get your t-shirt. I know it's like usually, I think it's, how long do the campaigns usually last?
Like 4 days. Like every 3 to 4 days. Yeah.
Yeah, so every
3 days, I think.
Yeah, every 3 to 4 days they'll ship out stuff to people who order stuff. So, but it's all done by Teespring. Good. Yeah, it's really good. It
is pretty good.
Go ahead.
If you ever watch those.
Oh my gosh, that was like the perfect like up, like more than once.
Go ahead,
it was
Derek.
Good. I was just saying that if you order something on like those late night television things, like I've seen on TV, whoa, whenever you see like the dishes fall out of the cabinet and you gotta get like this
the infomercials.
Organizer. Yeah, infomercials.
Home Shopping Network.
they always say like allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And
So
you have to
allow
pay
4 to 6
shipping
days.
and handling.
Yep.
It's the handling that I always get annoyed by. Why am I paying for you to handle my stuff before I get it?
Right.
I don't want your
touch
hands all over it.
it. Right. Don't touch it. Just put it in a box.
Put it in a box and send it to me. Don't be fiddling around with all of it.
That's just their garbage fees that
I
they
know,
have.
it's a
That's
bunch
all.
of bull. I got a mug that I made just as a trial. That's what Bob's shirt is, by the way. He made that just for himself so he could
Yeah,
check
I just
it out.
I wanted to check their quality, make sure that, and that's why it's so huge, because I wanted to see how the image actually came through.
Yep.
You know, if the quality of the white is, and I already washed this.
You washed it
and
already?
Yeah, I did. I did it on purpose because
It looks
before
good,
we announced
man.
this, before we announced this, I wanted to put this through because I don't want people to invest in our show, invest in a product, and for it to be garbage. So I washed it, dried it as well, and I turned it inside out when I dried it, but it's all good.
It looks good, man. So, yeah. So, teespring.com/hey, we're talking / I should say / but I figure everybody knows what the slash
Can you
is.
get that on a polo shirt so it's office appropriate?
I don't know. We should make one. I don't know if they have those or not. I will have to check.
I don't. They just put a whole bunch of new products up there, which I have not had a chance to go through. But they have hoodies. They have all kinds of other
Yeah,
stuff.
they got a whole bunch of stuff. They don't have hats, though. I was bummed about that.
No, but who knows? Maybe they'll wind up getting it.
I am going to get a hat.
What about your item?
My coffee mug is not beside me. I mean, I could stop the show and go get it, but I'll get it at some other point and show it to everybody.
just get it for the
Maybe
next
later this
show.
week I'll show everybody. Anyway, so yeah, teespring.com / hey, we're talking. And you can get some Hey, we're talking stuff if you like. Another way you can support the show if you like the show. Or if you just want to have our faces on your chest or something. I don't know.
I did put one on there that is just a very small Hey We're Talking logo right here.
Uh-huh.
And on the back of the shirt it says free speech first. So I just kind of like that. I threw it up there.
You're so weird.
I'm gonna order myself
when you
one.
told me that, I was like, I don't why?
Why? Because we're talking.
Right.
Because of
Free speech
freedom of
is
speech.
freedom of speech is under assault, my friends. You know what?
I just like that we're cartoons right now. I
I know.
We're a logo.
It
we are
is.
a logo. We are cartoons.
we are.
we are.
That's awesome.
I still feel like I look so old though.
Well, you are the elder of the group.
Yeah.
Derek's the baby. So
Mhm.
I'm the middle child as usual. Damn it.
Anyway, all right. So there you go. That's another interesting thing. And by the way, if you're wondering what in the world is this show even about today, it's about talking about episode 100 and all the cool stuff that's happening here at Hey We're Talking. So again, we've got our episode 100. We talked a little bit about why we started the podcast. I think it was just going to be fun, number one. And number two, I think when Bob came here and visited with his family, we were just talking about ideas of things that we wanted to do. And Bob and I think you've always wanted to do something like this too, Bob, correct?
Yeah. My big thing was I always wanted to do radio.
Yeah.
As I was a kid, I've got somebody he's basically like an uncle to me, that he still today does radio. But the thing is with the radio business, it's a very cutthroat business unless you just happen to get that certain niche of people and can build it properly. Even at that, there was somebody here in Chicago that had great ratings, and they just decided to dump his show.
Yep.
So you could have a really good job and do everything you're supposed to do, and radio would just cut you. So it's a tough industry to get into unless you really, really know people. But it's also a tough industry to stay in and make money. So this is the next closest thing without all the garbage that goes along with the radio industry.
Well, I had a teacher, since I actually have worked in the radio business. I had a teacher when I went to Specs Howard School of Broadcast Arts. At the time we were in Southfield, Michigan, but they moved now. Anyway, I had a teacher way back when I was in there. So this is like 1994. You guys were probably still in high school, or probably junior high even, maybe. And I had a teacher there who said that the radio and just like television and all this stuff was going to explode. There would be so many opportunities to get out there and do stuff that you were gonna see the face of radio and TV change. Now, if you fast forward to now, look at all the opportunities. I mean, look at all the channels that are on television. You got YouTube, you got podcasts now. There's just such an overwhelming amount of opportunity for people who want to do this kind of stuff to get out there. We live in a really cool age for that kind of stuff. So my teacher had the foresight, because in '94 none of this stuff was really around. This was very different. Podcasting was not something that people talked about. And just like you said, Bob, about radio, I'll tell you this. Really what happens in radio is, you're right. People come in, you can get a new program director, and they could change the focus of the station, and everybody gets blown out. They just fire everybody, and they start over. Kind of like the Trump administration. And then the other thing is, if you're not willing to move around, when you first start in radio, you have to start out at the bottom. I mean, the bottom. You have to go to towns that you've never heard of and do, farm reports and all sorts of stuff. And it's difficult if you have a family or if you want to keep down roots. Like at the time I started, I was very fortunate. I got a job before I even graduated at one of the biggest radio stations in Detroit. And I wasn't on the air, though. I was doing production, so I was doing commercials and all that kind of stuff. But if I hadn't gotten that job, I would have had to tell my wife, who had a good job at the time, hey, we're going to move somewhere. Like one of the job interviews that I had was for a radio station in Ontonagon, Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula. That would have been brutal. Brutal. Talk about cold and talk about snow. My gosh. So there you go. So you got to start out really low, and you got to be willing to move around a lot until you hit it big. And even then,
if you ever hit it big,
and even then it's difficult. So yeah, all that being said, our good friend Derek has also been on the radio. Now he has a friend in the biz, I believe, and he's done some stuff with that person on the radio. So he's got a little experience also in radio.
Yeah, my buddy Goonie in the morning. Yeah, he.
That's so great that it's Goonie in the morning.
Yeah, he did live here in Big Spring, where I live, and when I was, this is a few years ago, he was doing the morning show on the local radio station, and I would come in occasionally to help him out, kind of the thing that I do here. I was kind of the disruptor and the kind of break the flow and kind of make it all
throw a wrench
chaotic,
into everything,
but fun, in a fun, lighthearted manner.
Well, why don't you start doing it that way?
I was going to say, why don't you do that now?
What the guys? There's so much I could have talked about. I just witnessed a rabbit chasing a squirrel outside. It was pretty funny.
That sounds like Texas radio.
Our podcast is super, super, super professional. One of the guys is outside.
Yeah,
he's watching his smoker right now and watching rabbits and stuff. He's got a fly on his face.
You look at his glasses, you could see his.
I know,
his
you can
smoker.
see everything he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, he Goonie moved off to another city.
Is it bigger?
Got another job.
Was it a bigger city?
It was about the same size. Maybe it's a little bit bigger. But
There's
then
no city bigger than Big Spring.
Now he has his own internet radio station in this tiny farm community where he's going to be doing sports. He's got his own country music radio station. He actually had me record the, you're listening to Coyote Country Radio. He had me. He had me do some.
I like that. I like that he's
bumps.
had you do Coyote Country Radio.
Oh, dude, you don't even know, over at Borden County, about 50 miles north of here, and they do not like to be called the Coyotes. Do not call them
Coyotes.
The Coyotes. It's Coyote.
Huh.
So I had
interesting.
Even though Coyote
is that a Texas thing to call them coyotes?
No, it's a Borden County thing.
Coyote Country.
Coyote Country.
Because everybody around here calls them coyotes because we get our information from Looney Tunes. Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
So that's, but they're like, no. I mean, it's just a bunch of farmers and football players over there. So they're like, no.
Well, you know what though? The farmers are the backbone of our country, so we'll let them have it.
But Goonie said that if we keep it clean and appropriate, maybe he'll broadcast our podcast on the radio station. And so he's having a good success over there.
Goonie in the morning.
Over there, so
Goonie, this was our spec tape for you, demo tape.
We could always do a small stupid segment for him to record and just throw on there and keep it clean.
We could do a thing where Derek interrupts us comically.
Oh yeah,
and we could be like, "It's Derek. I'm sorry. We do pick on you a lot, don't we?"
Well, I can handle it.
I know. I just feel sometimes I
looks
think
like
about
he's ready
it.
to cry.
No, sometimes I think about it and I go, "Why are we so mean to Derek?"
Out of love.
He's like the most successful person on the show as far as,
social media interaction.
And here we are making fun of him. I can just see Cisco right now getting mad, shaking his head.
Well, he's got tons of people that probably would get mad. But
I know.
It's out of love. It's not out of hate.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me that. I get that.
It's coming from a good place, man.
I know.
It's like I
do the same.
I just watched Steve-O from Jackass, and he was on Hot Ones, that show that we talked about, eating the wings.
Hot Ones.
I love the Hot Ones. Anyway, Steve-O from Jackass was on there, and he said one of the things that made Jackass different than the current crop of people on YouTube that prank people is in Jackass they only busted on each other. They never went out and did horrible things to other people. Right. I mean, besides like Preston and the midget guy, what was his wee man, running through the streets in diapers, they didn't like accost anybody or trick people. They just did crazy stuff in public.
Attacked each other, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, anyway.
Well, that way you prevent lawsuits that way.
Steve-O talked about this story. He became like a vegan, and he became very anti PETA, all that stuff, trying to help animals and stuff. So he went to a construction site in LA and climbed this crane that was like 150 feet in the air.
I remember that.
And they called, by the time it was all said and done, there was about 85 firemen showed up, a couple of helicopters, and tons of police, obviously. And he had a Shamu inflatable that he blew up when he got to the top of this thing. And I'm one of those people, I don't know if you guys are even going to understand this, but I'm going to embarrass myself and say it anyway. Even when I see people go up on heights, like really high up on something, my sphincter kind of like,
Puckers?
that area down there, plus your manhood a little bit. It just feels like it kind of a little bit.
You're afraid of heights?
I think I am a little bit. Like I've been up on high things before, and I haven't been like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go down. It's something about seeing people. Like, have you ever seen those YouTube videos where these, like, they're usually Russian dudes, and they'll climb like the highest buildings in the world.
Oh yeah.
And they just hang out on them, and they got one arm. They have nothing holding them, and they'll just be like, hey, and they're taking pictures of themselves, and they'll stand like on like a little tiny thing and just put their arms out and stuff. And I'm just like, the whole time my butt's like, it's
they won't be around too long.
Yeah, it seems like a death wish. It seems like a death wish.
Fall. There was a Russian motorcycle woman that just recently died.
Russian motorcycle woman.
So this chick is she would wear skimpy clothes apparently, and she would do tricks at high speeds down the highway on a crotch rocket.
Gosh.
And well,
how many things can you just string together that are just a bad idea about that?
Well, that's the problem. More and more people keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that was cool. Well, how am I going to up that one?
Well,
and then eventually they just
every
die.
time I see even people that ride crotch rockets with flip-flops and tank tops on with their shorts, I'm like, how stupid are you? If you hit one little rut, your entire flesh of your body is coming off on the pavement. I mean, how stupid are you?
I always wear jeans. It's a rule. Always wear jeans. Always wear boots. That way, just in case something happens,
even jeans will somewhat disintegrate.
But what am I going to do? Wear leather every time?
I think I would. I would be. I'm just picturing myself in the leather right now. It'd be pretty
in leather
funny.
chaps.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you in leather chaps.
I want the Eddie Murphy, those red leather suits that he wore in like Delirious and purple and Raw.
Oh, I thought you were talking about those jumpsuits like Michael Jackson wore with all the zippers all over the place.
That would be funny too.
I used to own one of those.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of Michael Jackson,
like the coolest kid.
Speaking of Michael Jackson, I'm going to wrap up the show here, guys. So just so you know, I'm wrapping it up. Speaking of Michael Jackson, he has nothing to do with GameFly.com, but we want to tell you about it. They have over 8,000 new releases, not just from the video game systems like Derek's son has. What the heck is it? You caught a fly, or was it dead already?
I just killed it.
Okay, he just killed a fly. Way to mess up the GameFly.
Speaking of fly.
Yeah, speaking
you
of.
can go to GameFly.
GameFly offer. Man, Bob, you're going to screw us. It's gameflyoffer.com/HWT. But I got to tell them about this whole program real quick here. So they got over 8,000 new releases. They also have classic video games. They have stuff for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, PS Vita, Wii U, Wii, and 3DS. And they even have stuff for some older systems. So if you're like into the old school games, they've got them. All you have to do is become a member. And we're going to let you do a 30-day free trial. So just make sure you go to gameflyoffer.com/HWT. They have two different plans to choose from. If you like to have 2 discs out at a time so that you can play 2 games a month, it's $22.95. This is after your free trial. The free trial is for 1 disc at a time for $15.95 after that. So it's very convenient. When you're done with that game, when you've conquered the land of Zelda or whatever you're playing, you will just send that one back and get a new game delivered to your mailbox. And you'll be playing it for 150 hours to win it.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
It's just that easy. So if you've got
Sounds like a great way to try out games.
Yeah, that's the best part. You don't have to spend all this money. Listen, I only buy like 3 games a year, maybe.
Because they're $60 each.
Yeah, they're $60 each. You're
and
spending.
Then you beat them, and then it's like, okay, what do I do? Let me resell it, and you can only get like $5 before
Not
it.
even.
It's
like $2. It's ridiculous. Thanks a lot, GameStop. But if you want to sponsor the show, GameStop, I take that back. Anyway, gameflyoffer.com/HWT. It will not only give you a 30-day free trial, it will also help out this show. Hey, we're talking. And we appreciate you guys. We're not trying to pimp stuff on you, but we appreciate you, and we had this opportunity, and we want to share it with you. So please head on over to gameflyoffer.com/HWT. Guys, any final thoughts before we say Auf Wiedersehen? This has been a longer show, but it is episode 100. I want to give you guys the opportunity on episode 100 to say anything that might be on your mind that you want to say to the listeners.
Go ahead, Derek, and then I'll repeat exactly everything you say so we can get more followers.
Okay. I'm sorry to Scott's dad that we were so mean to him. And I'm sorry I'm smoking, but it's just something I enjoy. I do want to thank everybody who's come along and listened and watched the podcast. These first 100 episodes, we did it!
Yeah.
Season 1 in the books. Ready for season 2. We got sponsors, we got logos, and we have
T-shirts,
better equipment. We got better equipment now, but the talent still the same old people. So I guess we'll try to get better. I don't know.
We're what makes it good, dude.
Some of us have better equipment.
Yeah. No, Derek's is beyond. I mean, it's so good, dude.
It's red.
Back to you, Bob. What's up? Mm-hmm.
No, I same with what everybody else has said. You know, honestly, to get to 100 episodes is pretty awesome.
It is.
Just to show the fact that we can work around 3 different schedules to make sure we schedule it every week and get these episodes out there. We appreciate, your guys' support just watching the show. Share all of our info. You guys know it. We've said it 1,000 times. Just share our info on YouTube and iTunes and Facebook. Go like our Facebook page. We post everything on there too. So to 100 episodes, it's exciting.
So
thanks for watching, everyone.
I just want to say one thing real quick here. I we'll try not to get choked up, but I just want to say I had to put my dog Bailey to sleep the other day, and I'd had him for almost 13 years, and I'm going to miss him, but I just wanted to say I loved him. He was a great dog, and for anybody out there who has to go through that stuff, it's very difficult, but I'm glad that I had friends, and I'm glad that I have this show to be able to talk about things and have fun. So I didn't mean to get super serious, but I just wanted to say that I appreciate, I've had a lot of people reach out and say things to me that have been really kind during this whole thing, and Bob's going to play something funny and ruin the mood, but
I'm not playing anything.
You got ready to. It's okay if you do, because now I'm laughing. It's okay. That's basically what Bailey did. Bailey was a great dog. He was a great dog. I loved him, and it'll be hard to live on without him, but obviously I'm going to have to. But he was a great dog. And anybody who has a dog, you know what this is all about. I don't have to tell you. But I wanted to thank the tons of people that reached out and said, kind words when they found out that Bailey passed on. So all that to say, we appreciate you guys. I think it's been, my mom is right now listening to that, and she's like, why are they making fun of that while he's talking about Bailey? It's okay, Mom. I think it's funny. That's how I deal with death, Mom. I'm sorry. I have to joke about it a little bit.
It's a defense mechanism.
Yeah, it is. Because if I didn't, I'd just go, yeah. So anyway, I am wrapping it up. Hey, we should just keep going for a few more minutes and get a 45-minute show in here. Or just stop. Let's just keep going. I'm kidding. All right. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Make sure you head over to teespring.com/Hey We're Talking if you want to get some HWT swag. It's probably not even a cool word anymore.
Swag.
That's how old I sound. Swag. So head on over, see that. If you want to get in contact with us, it's very easy. heywe'retalking@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Check out our Twitter, which is just @HeyWe'reTalking. Instagram @HeyWe'reTalking. We're not super active on Instagram yet. We're working on Twitter. We're going to get better at that. But you can watch every one of these shows on Facebook, or you can watch them on YouTube. It's very simple. On YouTube, just check Hey We're Talking. On Facebook, same thing. Follow us on Facebook. And last but not least, I just wanted to say, if you are a person that listens to the podcast through iTunes, or any other place for that matter, but on iTunes especially, please leave us a rating and give us a review. It's very helpful. And the only reason that we're asking you to do that is because what they'll do is, depending on how many ratings and reviews you have, you can end up getting featured. I mean, we're not huge enough to, get put on the top whatever page, but we can get featured in the podcasts if they see that there's some activity by people reviewing the show and stuff like that. They're nice. Sometimes they'll let the people down at the bottom even have a shot, which is fun. All right. Anything else, guys? I feel like I've
done said my piece.
I know. I feel like
15 minutes ago.
I know. I think I've stretched this out as far as it can possibly go.
Yeah, you have.
All right.
That's what she said. No, just kidding.
Oh, man, we almost made it through a whole show without being dirty.
Sorry, I've been watching a lot of The Office.
Dad, I'm really sorry about Derek. He doesn't know any better. Wait a minute. He does know better.
He's a grown-ass man.
But he couldn't help. Oh, and then Bob said a swear word, Dad.
I didn't swear.
You did. You said ASS.
I didn't actually say the word.
Dang it, Bob. You got to say Christian swear words. Dang it, frick, freak, crap.
Just because you changed the name doesn't mean it's not swearing.
Another good topic. All right, guys, seriously. I almost made it to 45 minutes, but I'm not going to put you through that. Thanks for listening, and we will talk with you on Wednesday.